Logan, look out!
Maybe.
Logan, have you slept at all since the recruiting period opened up?
Barely any whatsoever, and somehow traveled still here to Tallahassee yesterday. There's just too much going on. You can kind of like feel some kind of energy brewing over here, Jason. Something's going on.
It's like they're renting cars. It's like things are going on.
Whoa! We ain't renting in Tallahassee. We're not renting.
We leased it. Oh, that's a good deal.
We're not even no leasage. We buying and detailing, customizing.
Got it. We don't have money for buildings, but we have money for cars. Got it. Good
well, here's the fun thing here. Mike Norvell spent his own personal money, 30 to 40 racks on that customized.
Stop.
What?
Stop. Don't use the term racks, please.
30 to 40 racks. Is that too?
It's stacks, not racks.
That's racks. 30 to 40 racks on his slingshot ride that will be further used in the future, including now. Even Coach Dillingham was riding around with five-star wide receiver Coleman today. They unveiled it. If you were in our Discord, Jason, you knew about this a good while before that was unveiled inside Doak Campbell Stadium. But that big thing is going to be used quite a bit for recruiting. It looks nice. It's got the climb on there. It's sweet. And Mike Norvell spent his own money on it. It doesn't affect the recruiting budget from what I've told. So it was actually, they were kind of shocked. A lot of people inside the program they were expecting it to leak because it was actually towed from somewhere in Tallahassee where it was customized all the way to Doak inside of there. And they thought it'd be leaked, but somehow that was not at all leaked. I don't know how that doesn't happen. Maybe they had the tarp around it or whatever, but they had that sitting inside Doak all throughout the afternoon. And then obviously we all know Mike Norvell and staff opened up the doors inside the Moore at 12:01 when the recruiting period has finally died. And now it is just a full go for Mike Norvell to meet these players finally in person. It's all been over Zoom, FaceTime, texting, Twitter DMs, IG DMs, all that. Now finally they're able to speak in person. The family members are able to come. The moms are able to come meet with the coaches. And all this kind of stuff. And I think some of the biggest storylines, number one, you've got AJ Duffy there, but you don't have Nico Marchio. Number two, you got Julian Armella kind of being kind of like a shocker kind of visit there. Number three, and you've got Kane Madden in town right off the bat for those 2 days. He's gone now off to go to his visit with Notre Dame. And then I think for the rest here, you're just waiting on Jaleel Skinner, Kevin Coleman, Madden, and maybe potentially others to kind of be on commit watch for the next couple of weeks or the month, I should say. So far, very, very successful. Even Armella, from what I was just told a couple of hours ago, really enjoyed his visit, was all smiles. And I think for him, it really kind of showed how well Mike Norvell can recruit in person too. And, I think the biggest thing, we've been talking about it for months now, for him is going to have to be on the field play. A lot of these guys, it's going to be that way. I think it's the same thing with Marvin Jones Jr., who we've spoke about on here a couple times, just seeing what that on-field play is. And if there's improvement there, it should be great momentum for FSU on the recruiting trail. But so far, very successful for a lot of guys. And Travis Hunter is going to be here all week. I don't think he ever leaves Tallahassee. I think for the spring game, they're all week. And then also now for this crazy recruiting official visits coming in, he's there holding Jaleel Skinner's hand saying, hey, don't go to Florida, come to FSU.
I think he eventually has to leave and go back to Georgia for his senior year of high school, but we can figure out something. Unless he wants to transfer to Childs or something like that, who knows?
He might want to. Maybe I'll have to ask him if he wants to kind of slide over there for a little bit.
But legitimately, you talked about some of the guys. Obviously, Coleman's a big name that's been there. Hunter was all over social media ever since the doors opened at 12:01. Armella coming from down here in South Florida, going up there. Could he surprise everyone and go to FSU? Who knows? What are some of the other names, some of the interesting names that you've seen, both either like surprise visits or guys who you think FSU made a really good impression on since the doors reopened?
I think the biggest surprise was, it's funny, both questions fit perfectly for Armella. I know he's spoken with a few outlets. I've heard things from this afternoon recapping his visit, but it was kind of a little bit of a surprise to see him there for that visit overall. And for him to be able to get to see the kind of excitement the staff has for him and how big of a deal it would be to bring in just a legacy recruit, but a huge need on that offensive line. I think that staff really did a good job of, kind of linking that whole Travis Hunter. You've also got Sam McCall, who's a 5-star DB too. You're kind of gotten a lot of these, and you got AJ Duffy there too. Some of your biggest bell cows in the class, very talented guys too across the country, be there to kind of talk with him, work with them. You've got Darius Washington, who's currently on the FSU team, executing a lot of recruiting roles in this, along with Kane Madden too. But Armella, I think, was not the biggest win, but I would say a huge win for FSU getting them there. And then also, from what I've heard, they did a really, really good job. And Armella was really impressed because, for him, I think it's mainly SEC, and I still think it's that way. Definitely LSU is the biggest competitor right now for any other school and Florida State. But you got to pull everything in full send on getting that talented offensive lineman.